Dr. B.R. Ambedkar students, I am Dr. Anjaya, Professor of History from Usmania University, and we are going to discuss from Ambedkar Open University. So, on the topic definition, scope and significance of history, that is unit 1. Unit 1, the introduction to history or what is history. History means history is a record of past events. Past events or past activities of the human beings. So, based on the clear evidences, that is called history. So, now history, there are meaning, how it is, the history word came into existence. The history word came into existence from the Greek roots. History is derived from the Greek word historia. Historia meaning enquiry, research and information or investigation. That is, it is a Greek word, it came. So, then another language, German roots also, it came from the German. So, German word Geschichte means a significant narrative of past events is called the German word of the history, Geschichte. Then here the systematic record of unique events in the life of mankind is also called the history definition. So, then history serves as a barometer to record the progress of humanity. History serves as a barometer to record the progress of humanity. Now, some of the historians are given various definitions, and the key definitions of the history here we are going to discuss. Here first definition, first father of history, and the Herodotus given a definition of history is that the history is inquiry into the past events, such as he has written the book on Greco-Persian wars. That is the first definition of Herodotus, who was lived in the 5th century BC. He was the first man. It is given the historical study in a rationalistic way. And after Herodotus, then the Thucydides also from Greek, he has also written the Thucydides in a scientific way, cause and effect way. He has discussed the from Greeks. So, Peloponnesian wars. Then after that, Aristotle viewed history as an history as an account of the unchanging past. Aristotle, what he viewed is that history as an account of unchanging past, means human nature does not change, only what change is intention, motivations are changed, but in this, so that history is an, according to his view, history is an account of unchanging past of the now unchanging past. So, according to this Aristotle. So, E. H. Carr described, another historian described it as an unending dialogue between the present and the past. E. H. Carr, famous historian, he has unending dialogue. Dialogue means discussion between the present and the past, means present is the author, past is the historical events. So, past events are collecting as a source by the present historian, and so that this is a dialogue between the present and the past. Present is the historian, past is the facts. So, thus there was a dialogue between the present and past. So, without facts, the historian cannot the present history of present. So, past is a facts, present is a historian. So, that he has described unending dialogue between the present and past. So, when unending dialogue between the past and present. So, the past leads to the present, present guides to the future. So, that is the E.H. Carr definition. Then Karl Marx advocated for the materialistic interpretation of history, defining history as a history of class struggle. Class struggle means between the haves and have nots. That is the Karl Marx definition. Karl Marx definition is implemented in Russia. So, that is way history is a class struggle between the workers or haves and have nots. That is way he has defined the history as a class war between the haves and have nots. Then J.B. Bury famously stated that history is a science, no less and no more. Means Bury stated that history is recording history based on the sources. Sources must be verified whether the sources are, the facts are real or any fabrication is there. So, that way after verifying, collecting the data, verifying the data and also analyzing the data, and then after analyzing and grouping the data, then interpretation, exposition. So, that this is all includes the scientific method. So, systematic scientific method, so that it is called as a science. And also the another science, not only science, and it is also art. Means while exposing or narrating the events, so a good manner, attractive way it has to be narrated. So, that it is also called as narrative is called art. So, I am concluding these definitions. So, some of the historians are stated that history makes men wise, wise makes men wise, wise means wisdom. Wisdom is different from the knowledge. So, that wisdom is separates from the good and bad, but knowledge cannot separate. So, that then some of the historians are stated that Carlyle stated that history is a biography of great men, biography of great people. So, that is way these are the definitions. Here we are concluding the definitions part of history from the Ambedkar Open University. So, this history